Okay, Don, thanks very much. We'll hear from Will and OJ in just a moment, but first to the scoreboard, checking on the games in progress. San Diego at Candlestick has just reclaimed the lead against the 49ers by a score of 14-10. They're late in the second quarter. Let's watch some tape from that one. Obviously, Joe Montana not ready to play and won't be for several weeks. Here's John Freeze capping an impressive opening drive for San Diego. He's their new starting quarterback. He hits Craig McEwen off the play-action fake and a 7-0 lead. Now, Tom Rathman of the 49ers stopped short on 4th and 1, deep in Charger territory. And they do not score, and they fall behind 7-3. But Steve Young puts them in front 10-7 with this touchdown pass to Jerry Rice. Rice going up between two defenders makes it 10-7. But back comes Freeze. Play action. Anthony Miller over the middle makes the catch. 9-yard TD, and that's where it stands now. 14-10 in favor of the Chargers. Juice, your thoughts on Steve Young's direction of the 49ers?
Well, I think the 49ers are a great team, obviously. They're going to win their share of games, but there's a marked dissipation in their efficiency on offense with Young. They're easier to prepare for. He's great as a reliever. He can come in and change the pace of a game, but if they're going to go to the Super Bowl, they got to get Joe Montana back.
One note about Jerry Rice. That touchdown catch a moment ago was the 80th of his career. He is early in his 7th season in the league. So through the first 6, he's averaging 13 touchdown receptions per year. The record for career touchdown receptions, not total touchdowns, but touchdown receptions, is an even 100 by Steve Largent. Don Hudson, the Packer great of so many years ago, had held it for a long time with 99. So Largent with 100 is only 20 ahead of Jerry Rice. If he stays healthy, he's going to blow right by that record. Denver and the Raiders at the Coliseum in L.A., a field goal battle. David Treadwell has a couple of them for Denver, and the Broncos lead by a score of 6-3. The game you're watching is even up at 3, the Jets and the Seahawks at the Kingdom. Now, games earlier today, Buffalo rolls to a record of 2-0. They paced Pittsburgh at Rich Stadium by a score of 52-34. 6 touchdown passes for Jim Kelly. 4 of them were caught by Don Beebe. Let's take a look. Kelly last week had a tremendous day, threw for 381 yards and 2 touchdowns against Miami. Today, 363 yards and 6 touchdowns. This is the first one, 53 yards to James Lofton over Rod Woodson. Here's the first of 4 caught by Beebe. This one covers 34 yards. Beebe again, 14 yards. Andre Reed will get into the act. Then twice more to Beebe. Kelly was intercepted twice, and Brian Hinkle of Pittsburgh returned one of those for a touchdown. Barry Foster of the Steelers had a big day. He rushed for 123 yards, but they just couldn't contend with this high-powered attack of the Buffalo Bills. They win it 52-34. At one time, Pittsburgh trailed 31-10. They got back to within 31-27, but then Buffalo pulled away once again. Quickly through the rest of the scores. The Rams, who were so atrocious a week ago in losing to Phoenix, come into New Jersey, and they upset the Giants 19-13. Phoenix wins again. They're 2-0. They got 7 turnovers last week against the Rams. They forced 6 turnovers against Jim McMahon and the Eagles today. Phoenix goes to 2-0 with a 26-10 win. Chicago gets a couple of Neil Anderson touchdowns, wins at Tampa Bay 21-20, and so the Bears are off to a 2-0 start. Miami, in career win number 299 for Don Shula, beats the Colts 17-6. This is the 5th year that the Colts have started with Ron Meyer as their head coach, dating back to 1987. They've lost their first 2 games each of those 5 years that Meyer has been their head coach. New Orleans wins their first 2 games for the first time in franchise history. 17-10 the final today at Arrowhead over the Chiefs. Minnesota gets 125 yards rushing from Herschel Walker. They squeak by in Atlanta 20-19. Cleveland over New England. The score there was 20-0, and Green Bay loses at Detroit 23-14. And we're back to the Kingdom in Seattle following these messages and a word from your local stations.